Hey, what's going on, guys? We're checking out another 30 Minute Sisters kit here today. Ilshana is number 10 in the 30 Minute Sisters line. This is going to be the main kit we're going to be taking a look at here today. She's got a very cool look, very different style to her. But of course, we're going to be taking a look at some other different option parts in today's video as well. Option body parts set A03 here. This is actually an older set, but it's one that I haven't taken a look at yet, so we'll check out that in today's video. And then some hairstyle option parts. This is volume 9 of the hairstyle option parts set here. And then some face parts as well. This one is face parts option set number 6 here, which is also in color C. So importantly, the face parts are in color C, which will match our Ilshana kit here, which does have the color C skin tone color for her. So that's going to be everything that we're going to be checking out in today's video. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so as usual, our box art is going to feature a nice character illustration over here, kind of close-up illustration there in the background. And just to give you guys a nice close-up look at the illustration, just so you can admire that, there you go. Very nice. And if we go around here on the side of the box, you'll notice this is number 10 in the line, and also that it's pretty thin. This is definitely one of the thinner ones in the line. And over here on the side, you can see a look at our included face option parts there. It looks like we're going to have 3 printed face option parts, but then for one of the faces, you have 2 options for the mouth. So for this one, you have an option like to show teeth, or an option just to show just like an open mouth. So that's kind of cool. It basically gives you 4 face options, which is nice. 135 millimeters for the height of this one, making it a little bit shorter. And then over here, you can see some more images of the normal mode and the armed mode, and exactly what's all going to be included in terms of your option parts and armaments and everything there. She's got this kind of like skull staff there. Very interesting. We've got some hand parts included, and then you can see just some of the articulation points and everything there. We go around to the top side of the box. Of course, you can customize this with some different parts. This one using some parts from the Alto flight type there. Very cool flight backpack for this. And let's go ahead and pop open the box here and see what we've got all inside. Starting off with the instruction manual, where on the top we've got the same illustration from the box art along with some credits here for the figure. Very nice. Down here, some of the same images we saw on the outside of the box of the kit, and then on the back side, more about that customization option there, combining it with the Alto. And of course, you can combine this with all sorts of different parts from the 30 Minutes Missions, 30 Minutes Sisters, and a 30 Minutes Fantasy line once that comes out later on. On the inside for our parts list here, it shows you how the runners are segmented, that you can break them apart if you want. Here on the next page, we'll show you, along with our cute chibi character of Ilshana up there at the top, here's how you can lay out those sections if you break the runners all apart in that way. That like these parts are going to be for the head and torso, these parts for the arms, these parts for the legs, and those parts over there for all of the other option parts and equipment basically. So you can break it all up like that if you want to make your construction of the kit a little bit easier. But of course it shows you right here too, for example, for the head and torso, these are all the parts that are going to be used. These are all the sections of the runners anyway. So the first part of the construction is there in color. Everything else on the inside of the manual is going to be here in black and white there, as you can see. So all right, let's check out those runners. Here are our face parts F1, 3, and 4. Interestingly, not 2, but there you can see those parts right there. And then runner F5 is going to be the part for inside the head and the neck joint. We got runner OJ2 for some orange juice parts here in a dark purple, and HP K1 hair parts here in a off-white, very, very light gray color. Runner A is going to be here in 4 colors with a couple of pieces in skin tone up there at the top, mostly dark purple, some more white over here on the side, and then some bright orange down here across the bottom. Runner B is going to be some more parts here in dark purple, mostly hand parts there and joint parts up there. Runner C, some more parts here in this very bright orange. Runner D, some more skin tone parts here for the arms and legs of the kit. And our color C skin tone, which is a more tanned skin tone there. Runner E is some more parts in dark purple there for the legs mostly. And finally, runner F is going to be here for some more parts in white, mostly for the equipment and weapons parts there. So all right, let's go ahead and check out the option body parts set here, type A03 color C set. On the front, you can see this is actually pictured with Lelouch, who is our other character in the series, which also shares the color C skin tone, but I'm obviously going to be using this part set here for today on Ilshana. But you can see exactly what's going to be included, basically the torso and the top part of the legs and the top part of the arms, and that's it. So you will need arms, legs, and obviously a head from a different character kit. And we also have some parts here for the arms and legs and the bottom of the feet in our color of blue for this set. On the back side, another couple of pictures of this set in use. Here's a customized option there using some parts from the Spinatio Knight type and a few other different custom parts there, hair parts there. And for this set here, the instructions and everything is just going to be on the back side of this paper. It is also going to feature our parts list down there at the bottom, and then all of our instructions for putting these parts together obviously going to be here in black and white there. We've basically got 3 runners, A, B, and C. Runner A is in black, skin tone, blue, and one little part up there in white. Runner C is a few parts here in blue, and runner B is a few parts here in black. That's it for that set. Right, so now let's take a look at some different face option parts that we can use with this. This is actually facial expressions set 6, color C. So the color is right, the skin tone color is color C, which will match this kit. The eyes, and as you can see here from taking a look at the side of the box, this face part set is kind of meant for Lelouch, but of course you can use these on any of the different kits. Obviously with the skin tone color being color C, it's really only going to match with either Lelouch or with Ilshana, so using them on Ilshana, the skin tone color will match, but it's giving us kind of a different character's face essentially in terms of the eyes and the expressions. But there you can see what we're going to have included in here. Popping open the box, I think our instructions, which are going to be pretty straightforward, are going to be printed on the inside of the box. Basically you just put the face plates on. It's pretty much that simple. But we do have the part for the neck joint and then our 3 printed faces. So number 1 is basically this kind of like a more concerned face there. Runner 2 is another like sort of angry looking face there. And runner 3 is this surprised open mouth face. And so the printing quality on those all looks very nice. Let's see how they look on the kit. And while we're here, we'll also just take a look at this facial expression set 5. This isn't for color B though, so I'll have to use a different base kit, one that's in color B. But while we're here taking a look at face option parts, I had this part set here as well, so I figure might as well take a look at this set. Where obviously this color B skin tone is a much lighter skin tone that we have. The same parts here though for the neck joint, and the expressions are actually going to be kind of similar in that we have for runner 1 here a kind of worried expression there. Runner 2 also a kind of worried, sort of dissatisfied expression there, kind of looking off to the side. And runner 3 a more sort of angry, sort of surprised, somewhat surprised kind of look there for those. So let's see how those look. And the last thing here for today's video then, just going to be taking a look at volume 9 of the hairstyle parts set. So this is how a box looks with a full volume, which basically gives you 4 sets of hair option parts. And we'll see what we've got inside here. Right off the bat, you can tell what colors they're going to be in because they're color coded here. So we're going to have some brown hair parts, blue, pink, and green hair parts. I don't think these are in any particular order, but just going through these here. The front of the box will show you what these are going to look like front and back on a sample kit. It's also shown here on the side the base kit and then how the kit is going to look with these option hair parts. There you can see that kind of on the back as well. On this side of the box shows you the full lineup of this particular set. So there's our different options that we're going to have included with this set, and we'll take a look at all those. But this bit right here tells you the color and the hair types. This is ponytail hair 6 and color is brown 2. So there's obviously different parts and hairstyles that you can mix and match as well, just based on these kind of codes that you have for the hair parts. So do keep those in mind. And inside the box, once again, our instructions are going to be printed on the interior of the box right there. You can bust open the box if you want, but again, it's pretty straightforward as far as putting these together. Got just a couple of parts here, HPJ1. This one is HPJ3, for example, HPJ7 for a couple of the larger parts for the hair, and HPJ6 for a few more parts there in this darker brown color. I won't bore you anymore with going through the individual contents of these, but I'll just kind of show you the boxes and we'll see how these look on some different kit examples. But this one here is medium hair 4 in color blue 1 there, which looks pretty nice. This one's short hair 3 in color pink 2 here, modeled on the Neverlia kit there, so we'll take a look at that. And then this fourth and final one is ponytail hair 7, which as you'll notice is different from ponytail hair 6, which we saw in the previous set. And the color for this one is green 2, very interesting color there. So let's take a look at how these are going to look on some different examples. All right, and here is the kit all built up. Really nice design once again for this one. Definitely you can tell it has a little bit smaller size in terms of the body proportions for this one. And we're going to start out just by taking a look at the kit here in the basic form. Then we'll take a look at the accessories, and we'll get into those option parts sets in just a moment. But this is definitely another really great set, similar to the Aurelia, which we took a look at in the previous 30 Minute Sisters review. This one has a lot of great stuff in here that really feels like a complete set with the amount of accessories and the variety of accessories that we have included with this one. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first thing is our standard set of option connection pieces here. Now these are going to be 3 different pieces that fit around at different areas. This one goes at the wrist if you wanted to make a 3mm hard point right there. This one will replace that orange ring up at the upper arm to give you a 3mm connection peg up there. And then this one's going to go right here to replace that part at the thigh if you want to add a connection part right there onto the side of the thigh. A couple of other option parts that we have here. You can plug this onto the back or kind of wherever to add some more different connection points of many varieties there, as you can see. And then we have this connection piece here, which can be used for connecting the head onto a 30 minutes missions kit if you wanted to give that a try. Then we've got some different hand parts here. We've got the closed fists. We've got these open expressive hands that you can see there on the kit at the moment. We've also got a set of open resting hands and weapon holding hands here like this for both the left and the right side. And then we've also got a set of open hands here with a hard point on them. So if you wanted to have this actually holding something, and what you might want to be holding with this, at least as what's demonstrated from some of the artwork in the manual, is one of her like skull head accessories. You can have this on the hand there, something like that, but you can plug whatever you want onto there if you wanted to give that a try. Since I brought it up, yes, we have got 2 of these skull head maraca handheld weapons here, and these can also be connected together with this connection piece here. It's just a simple white connection piece, and you can make that into a double-ended maraca here, something like that, or it sort of looks like a Q-tip also. And while there's some really nice detail in there, definitely a little bit of panel lining would help to just bring out some of that detail, make it a little bit easier to see. As for our face options, actually for this face option part, you do have an option whether you want to have just like that pink mouth part in there, or whether you want to use this part, which will give you like those sharp teeth like that you can see on the box art. So you'll have the option of what you want to use for this face. And then for our other 2 face option parts, here's how those are going to look. Again, really nice printing on these. The color and everything looks very good. So there's our 3 printed face option parts. And then getting into some of our added armor pieces. So we're going to replace that part there in the top of the head with this little bit of kind of crown sort of part that goes up there on the head there. Around here on the back, we've got an upper and a lower hard point. At the upper one, we're going to attach this kind of, again, very nicely detailed, but could definitely use some panel lining to bring out those details here on this kind of skeletal looking set of wings that will attach up there onto the back. And onto the lower hard point, we're going to plug this part, which is basically going to create like a skirt around there, which doesn't wrap around all the way to the front. No hard point here on like the front of the waist section there, unfortunately, that you can utilize. But if we go down here onto the legs, like we've seen with many other past releases, right under there at the middle of the thigh, there's a cap piece you can remove to have a hard point right there. And then here on the lower leg, there's actually 2 hard points, one right there and one right here, which you can remove these parts, and then you've got just a standard 3mm hard point in right here. The lower one is where we're going to plug on this kind of ribbon accessory part right here that we're going to add onto there for her kind of fully armored form anyway. But let's go ahead and take a look at everything in action here with a few poses here showing some of the different accessories in use with this kit. And once again, like I was saying with this set, it's one of those sets that you have a lot of great stuff in there to give it a really full and complete feel to it, like I talked about before, and like I've talked about in past 30 Minute Sisters reviews. Some of the early sets were kind of pretty bare bones as far as what's included, because we have all the different option part sets and everything like that available sold separately. And then of course you can use different weapon sets and everything from the 30 Minutes Missions line as well. So there's plenty of options available as far as adding more. This is another great example of a set that you can get, and you can just get only this set and feel like it's complete, and it's not going to leave you feeling like you kind of need something more in order to really kind of get the most out of it. There's certainly a lot that you could do as far as customizing Ilshana with all sorts of other different 30 Minute Sisters or 30 Minutes Missions parts sets and weapon sets and everything else, of course. But a really cool set here that once again also features a really kind of interesting and new different aesthetic from the rest of the kits in the line. So I talked about this before too, that the 30 Minute Sisters line is great in that all of the kits share a very similar design concept in terms of their construction, in the way the kits are built and designed for compatibility and all that. But it's nice that the different sets, as you go like from one set to another, they each have their own kind of unique aesthetic, which is cool. This one obviously has that kind of witch sort of skeleton sort of, I'm not exactly sure how to characterize it, but you guys get what I mean with her unique style. So that's cool. I like that. Anyway, definitely a really cool set here. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of those different option part sets then. All right, and as for the body part set, here's how this is going to look. We do have a couple of other option parts included with this, but just as far as like the color scheme goes for this one seems like it would be a good match to use with the Sienna kit, just because it has that blue and white color scheme. The black parts sort of look like a wetsuit. That kit has sort of like a aquatic theme to it, right? I think would be a good match for this. We'll try it out here with the arms, legs, and head of our Ilshana kit. But as per the usual, some nice details around on this. You do have that kind of bare pendant chest part, which this part is always kind of themed to one of the particular main suits. In this case, that actually I believe goes with the Lelouch kit, I want to say. There is also this collar piece right here, which is just going to kind of rest in there, so that's why I don't have it connected on at the moment. That will just be held in place by the neck. But like I said, you have your standard connection pieces here at the upper arm to replace that, to give you a hard point there. Down here at the thigh as well, you have these parts available in blue. And then for the wrist connection piece, if you want to add a hard point onto there. And then some blue replacement parts here for the bottom of the feet. Now, I'm not sure if these are going to work on our legs here on the feet from Ilshana, because the size is going to be different. So as I mentioned, this Ilshana body type design is of the smaller variety, and that means the feet are smaller too. These feet parts, these blue feet parts, would probably work with the Lelouch kit, which is what's pictured on the artwork for this body part set. But at least for our purposes here today, we're not going to be able to swap those parts there for the feet. So for today's purposes here, just demonstrating this using this body part set with the Ilshana parts for the arms, legs, and head. Not really the best matchup. The colors don't really match up quite right, and then just the overall style, not really. But I mean, it does give you guys a sense. It gives you an idea of how that might look, but definitely going to be a set that, as you can see here, is going to look a little bit better. Much better with either Lelouch or, like I said, the Sienna Amarcia set. I think would also be a good set to use this body parts set with anyway. But as always, this one does give you some nice options, and then of course you don't have to keep it in these particular colors. You can repaint the parts into whatever color you may want, but that's how that's going to look. And as for these hair part sets, basically we kind of can see just from the box art how the hair part sets look on their own in isolation, with this blue set in particular actually being the exact same as the included hair parts that we have with Ilshana, just in a different color there. And then the pink and the green sets here. Basically just what I want to do with these is just to show you guys how these are going to look on the kit, just with a few different examples here. And so taking a look at these, I mean, similar with like the body part sets, different colors or styles may match better with the particular kit. With this particular kit with Ilshana, I mean, there's certain hairstyles or hair colors that I think are probably going to look better, but of course the color is always something that you can change just by painting if you want to repaint the hair parts into a different color. And the hairstyle, of course, can also be modified. It would take a little bit more work to do that. It would involve puttying and sanding and all that sort of additional modeling work. But like it goes with all of these different option part sets, it's just great that we have the option part sets available. So if you were working on some custom builds of some 30 Minutes Sisters characters, you can customize them with your different hair parts, with your different face parts, which we'll take a look at that set here finally last after this. Yeah, as it goes with these option part sets, it's just nice to have them available. It's not something that I would say these are recommended, like absolutely amazing parts that you have to have with your kit, but they're there, they're available in case that this is something that you did want to use to customize your kits with. It's nice that Bandai makes a lot of different option parts already for us without having to rely on just, if you wanted to have like just like the basic hair parts that we have included with the kit, but you wanted to change the hairstyle, then you have to worry about puttying and filing and sanding and doing all that, which again you could do, but having a lot of different options available for purchase just makes your life a whole lot easier. And then similarly with our face option parts here, again, these are seemingly kind of made for Lelouch in mind, so we'll try these out with both her kit and with Ilshana here, since that's kind of our theme kit for this particular video. But again, here with these, the printing, the colors on them is really nice, especially even like the blush on the cheeks there, and we have some nice options in terms of some added expressions that we can make here with this. So let's go ahead and try these out on the kits. And again, what you can see here with these is that while the faces are all meant to be interchangeable, they definitely kind of have a little bit different style to them, and so you might find that some go better with other sets than others. And of course, the expressions by design are quite specific as well. So I mean, just so depending on the look that you're going for, you might find that some expressions are more cohesive with the custom build that you're working on, or you might find that they just kind of look better or seem to work better with the design, with the custom build that you might be trying to create anyway. But again, here at the end of the day, some nice options that you have at your disposal that you might want to utilize. And for this other face option part set, because this is color B, we're going to try these out with Larnell here, and then also want to try some of these out with the Attribee here, just because the Attribee can use the 30 Minutes Sisters face parts there, and it's something that I think I've tried out in a little bit in the Attribee reviews, but not too much. And just as a reminder, just kind of want to show you guys how that'll look. But anyway, here's how these faces are going to look from this set here, from the Facial Expressions Set 5 part set. So nice green eyes, and again, nice color printing on those with some really vibrant colors, and then some subtle like blush there on the cheeks as well. Looks pretty good. So just to wrap up the review then, taking a look at these face option parts in use. As always guys, hope you enjoyed the video, taking a look at some different 30 Minute Sisters sets here from the Ilshana set, which like I said, I was really impressed with. That one's really nice. And then from the different kind of body part sets to hair part sets to face part sets, there's a lot of really great stuff to enjoy in this line. And if you're into customizing and making your own characters, or making the characters your own, I guess would be another way to put it, there's definitely a lot of great options available for you to enjoy. So that's about it for this video guys. If you want to check out some more 30 Minute Sisters sets, 30 Minutes missions, and everything else from Bandai, you can check the link in the video description to USA Gundam Store. We've got all sorts of great stuff there for you guys to check out. And of course, if you guys wouldn't mind leaving a like while you're here, making sure that you're subscribed, I really appreciate all your support. So thank you so much. Till next time, hope you all have a great day. See you guys later. Bye bye.